Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a ramble. I'm going to do a ramble on this Wednesday. This is a Seiko Sumo, the new one, the Prospects version that a lot of you hate. And this watch, I've had it 6 times, and you guys are going to get on my case. Oh, I can't wait to read your comments. But yeah, the Seiko MM300 didn't work out for me. Here's the thing, I've had this watch 6 times, and help me out here. Tell me in the comments section. I find the bracelets to be inconsistent. This bracelet's very good. But I've had some that felt flimsy and they rattled. This one doesn't. It looks perfect. I usually, my default setting is, oh, got to buy a strap code end mill for this. And I absolutely love this stock bracelet. I feel no compulsion to put the end mill on it. I like the shine. I like the polished look of this bracelet. And Johnny Casual, as he's known, he said one of the things he doesn't like about the Sumo is it looks cartoonish. And I thought of that. I never thought it looked cartoonish. I love the case design. I always wanted to step it up, which is why I thought I would sell it and buy the MM300, the new SBDX017. But anyways, the one thing that made me think that Johnny Casual might be onto something is there is something about these big numerals on the bezel. If anything were to give it the cartoon look, it might be those. But what can I say? This is my default watch. This is the one I now wear around the house, and I've had 6 Sumos before, and some of you have given me similar tales. One of you told me a year ago you've had 6 tunas and you currently don't have any tunas. And that happens, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little embarrassed. I got my 6 Sumo. And help me out though in terms of the bracelet. Tell me, am I hallucinating? Because it seems like the bracelets, they vary in quality, and I'd like to know about that. So I sold my my Seiko MM300 to Carlos, who lives about, 30 miles from me. He lives closer to LA. He works at USC, and I live out in the suburbs of Torrance. And we've been in communication because, we're both watch obsessive, so we've been texting back and forth. And I'm so jealous because he loves the MM300. He told me he's not wearing anything else. He may have been converted into a one-watch guy. And that's a great question for a watch video. Do you guys want to be a one-watch guy? There's something clean and simple about that. He's really in watch nirvana. Some final thoughts on the MM300. What's weird about that watch for me is, he sent me photographs on, he's texted them to me on our phones, and he's driving his Mustang, and you can see his MM300. Looks amazing on him. His wrist looks to be slightly under 7 inches. If I had to estimate, I'd say it's 6.5, 6.75 inches. And it plays really nice and big on his wrist. It seemed to disappear on my wrist. But that MM300 always photographs well. Owning it for the brief period that I did, I had problems with the proportions. It's squat. It's got this thick case, but unlike the Sumo, it has very short lugs. I didn't like that proportion. And then the dial on the MM300 is really tiny. And I like the Sumo more in person. But the weird thing is, when I saw him put it on his wrist when he was at my house, it did look good on him. So I don't know. It's weird, man. Watches are weird. Watches are related to an optical illusion, so to speak. So in this ramble, I have to tell you, as we transition away from watch world, I've owned a bed for 13 years, and I guess I could have kept it another 13 years. It was a Sealy, and I think that's the name of it, Sealy. What a weird name, but it had a really high coil count, and I did research at the time. I got a really firm bed, and I don't think the bed's changed. I don't think its structural integrity's ever changed. You know what's changed? I changed. In the last couple of years, it hurts my hips to sleep. I have to sleep on my side because of snoring and because of it's just better on my back. And so I have to sleep on my right side My left side hurts my shoulder. I don't know why. I sleep on this side, shoulder's fine. Sleep on this side, my shoulder starts to feel bad. And the hip hurts, and the left hip hurts. This side, at least it's just the right hip. Totally screwed. My wife would love me to buy a CPAP, anti-snoring device, but probably put some years onto my life, but there's no way. With my claustrophobia, with all the noise, my research shows that a very small percentage of people who use those use them in the long term. They quit using them. The pipe, you got to keep that thing clean. It's a nightmare. There is a guy, he's got a Kickstarter campaign for a micro version of the CPAP. It's like the size of a silver dollar. You just put it over your nose and like the fan. If that thing rocks, I'll buy one of those. Anyway, so I bought a bed because of my hips, and I went to this bed store. I was planning on spending $1,500. Instead, I bought this $3,500 bed. I got it for $2,000. You know, it was on sale. Plus, I negotiated more. Who knows? You know, those prices are like watches. You know, well, I'm sure I got some kind of a deal. But the bottom line is, when I lied in the bed, I could hear angels singing, and I knew that I was going to have to get this bed. I don't mean to hate on Tempur-Pedic, but I tried those out, $5,000 Tempur-Pedic beds. I felt like I was fighting with latex. I felt like I was at war with some kind of latex dragon, just trying to move my body. Wow. I don't understand how people are in love with those things. You know, Tempur-Pedic reminds me of Bose speakers. It's like great marketing to get your customer acquisition, but I wonder how good the product is. I don't know. But I got this bed. What is it called? It's called an heirloom, I believe. An heirloom Hayden plush. Wow, what a mouthful. So it arrives Friday. It arrives in 2 days, and I'm sure my hips will feel a little better. But it was time to buy a bed. Last Ramble talk. Did I have one more Ramble discussion? Food. You know, I can't lose weight. I'm eating too much. I'm eating too many calories, and my doctor's going to kill me. He wants me to lose weight. You know, I have borderline cholesterol, and he wants me. You know, that's how I lose weight. That's how I get my cholesterol down. I lose weight. And the thing is, I notice that the older I get, the more I love food. I mean, I've always been obsessed with food. My father, my brother, and I. You know what we do when we're eating dinner? We have these fond reminiscences. We reminisce about. We have recollections, fond recollections of delicious meals we've had, and while we're eating. Why don't you just focus on what you're eating in the moment? Why do you have to bring back past delicious meals as well? And I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed, not just that I love food so much. I'm finding myself loving food from Taco Bell. I've been eating at Taco Bell since 1967. And I've never really been in love with the food at Taco Bell. I've never been fooled into believing it's authentic Mexican food. But it's part of my childhood. I'll eat it once in a while. And I've never been that fond. It's alright. It fills you up a little bit. But my wife brought me home a triple XL burrito. I loved it, man. And I'm still thinking about it. What's happened to me? I thought I was supposed to be this educated, refined, sophisticated. What the hell's going on, man? I'm like a troglodyte. So, yeah, I'm digging food, man. And I feel like buying donuts pretty soon, man. Some apple fritters. I'm holding off because, you know, my wife and my twin daughters had birthday parties a couple weeks ago. There's a lot of cake in this house. Too much cake was around the house, so it definitely was not a good timing for a donut run. And but I'm feeling a donut run's going to happen in the next month or so, man. So I'm fat, man. I'm going to do my kettlebell workout after I do this video ramble. I'm digging my my Sumo. It's like, I don't know what I would get. I don't know what I get. You know, the Seiko MM600 is made of titanium. I'm not a big fan of titanium. I don't like the feel and look of it. My guess is the Seiko 600 probably has a higher grade of titanium, but at that price point, I'd really like to try one on in a watch store before I made that move. So the Sumo is a gorgeous watch at this price point. I use coupon points on Amazon. I got this on Amazon Prime for $360, And because I don't have to buy a bracelet upgrade because I'm happy with the bracelet, it's just the cost of staying at 360. Hey man, I laid it out on the line. I told you about 6 Sumos, man. How do you think that feels? How do you think I'm anticipating the comments on this video post, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I gotta work out. I gotta get rolling, man. And until next time, I'm out.